Hey everybody, we're back. We just got out of seeing the premiere at New York Film Festival of J. Kelly, Noah Baumbach's new film starring George Clooney. Laura Dern.
Adam Sandler, everyone. Billy Crudup.
Yeah, sorry.
Patrick Wilson.
Yeah. So yeah, there was quite a bit of people in this.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, what did you think of the film?
Oh gosh.
You have thoughts?
I know I have thoughts.
Okay.
I'd recommend it. I would say I'm mixed positive. I was really touched by a lot of it, and I think there's some very emotionally deep and like emotionally riveting subject matter. And there's that whole idea of being like an older person and looking back on your life and wondering like what kind of meaning it had and did you really do the right things. That kind of existential reflection is something I'm really a sucker for. But just about everything I bump it on in this movie has to do with him being a movie star. I think that the combination of the acute truisms of the existential stuff and the reflective, introspective stuff clashes really strangely with him being a movie star and this being like, there's a lot of meta things going on. Like, because he's played by George Clooney, he's kind of George Clooney in the movie, and they play with that a little bit in ways I won't spoil. But I just found myself, and I will say that like the movie's really good about like not exonerating the character. It like all of the things that he does wrong in his life, it's not like the movie's going to find some easy way to forgive all that. So I give it some credit there, but it's just kind of hard to sympathize with a movie star. So like I don't know, I bumped on all the Hollywood stuff, but I was touched by some of it. I would say I know this isn't a review, but this is one of those movies that like I'm going to complain about the whole time and then probably give a B-. So I would recommend it, but I have a lot of reservations.
Okay. I was mixed too, and I was thinking about what you just said there, and I think that helps put a little bit of what I was trying to piece together in my head. Mm-hmm. So I think you said that really well. But there was a lot of great things that I did enjoy. I thought it was a really funny movie. There's a lot of humor and wit in the screenplay here, and there was some wonderful production design. There's this great opening that's kind of like an ode to cinema, and it's this really one big long take shot, which was really cool. And there were some other set design pieces where George Clooney's character is like going in and out of different time periods, like to his past. And the set design changes are all practical, which made them like super cool to watch on screen. So yeah, I agree. I found a lot to be like inspired by in this movie, and then other times I did feel a disconnect, I think, because of that whole Hollywood star thing. And I get it. It's like humanizing the star that spent too much time being a star.
I think this would be like my favorite movie of the year if he was just like a doctor or like a carpenter or something.
Yeah, because what he's experiencing is a relatable thing without saying too much. Like what he's going through and how he's decided to spend his life is something that you can relate to with a general job, I guess, like you could say, like a doctor. But it's, I don't know, there is like a disconnect there, I would say. Yeah. And that is kind of fame for you. There is like a disconnect, and maybe I'm talking too much. We'll have a full review.
We will. I will say that what you were saying is definitely true. This is the most visually accomplished Noah Baumbach film ever. Like, he's usually like more of like a Woody Allen type person where he kind of sets up the camera and he lets the dialogue speak for itself. He usually doesn't do a lot of Hollywood trickery, and this movie is very visually accomplished, and there are things to commend about that. And just a quick word on the actors before we leave. Everyone's great.
Yes.
Adam Sandler's really good.
Yeah. I love Adam Sandler and Laura Dern together. Great. I think they like play off each other so well.
Billy Crudup is in it for one scene and almost steals the movie.
And they made a joke of that in the Q&A.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good stuff here.
And George Clooney, he really is effective towards the end of the film, I would say. And there's these emotional beats that play towards the end that I did really think worked. If it didn't land or bring it all together as much as I maybe hoped it would have, I still do think he did an amazing job at those scenes.
I'll talk about this more in the review, but it's so interesting. This is a movie that's very sentimental. It's very sappy, and it has like, and sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. It literally changes by the minute sometimes. But it's so interesting to see Noah Baumbach go in this direction after making films like Margot at the Wedding or Squid and the Whale, like films that are like very acetone and very mean and like look at humanity from like through such a negative lens, like such a misanthropic lens, that this is a real surprise to me. And it's maybe his past couple of years are a surprise to me, but it's just interesting to see him go in this direction.
All right, so that's it for our out of the theater reaction of Jay Kelly. We will see you next time.
See you later.
You're